Hey, happy Thursday, everybody. This is Jason from MechHead Studios. Hope you're having a good day. So what I've got in front of me are the new Piazo HD minis. Just got them in from my local comic shop. This is far from the complete line. I just picked up these fours because you guys know I like the green skins, as you can see, and you probably know from some of my other videos. So let's go ahead and take a look at these. We'll start with the packaging, and then I'll open one up and take a look at it. You know, maybe get your thoughts on it. See if there's something, if they'll work for you. So right away, let's just start off. Now with the D&D line, you can see right here in the upper corner, D&D, Nowzer's Marvelous Miniatures, HD Minis, prime with Vallejo primer. Here are the Pathfinder ones. Now the Pathfinder ones, all it has up here is deep cuts. You do not know it's Pathfinder until you go onto the back, where it says it right here, Pathfinder Battles. Now, one thing that's important to point out that you may notice, on the back of them, they show miniatures in color. These are not painted miniatures that they're showing you. These are renders. So that's straight off the computer from the rendering process. They are not painted. So keep that in mind. All right, otherwise, the packages are identical. The only other difference is on the backing, both on the back and on the front of the cards. The Pathfinder version is just kind of like a blank map, whereas the D&D version has a map of, well, you can't really see it in the packaging. The Sarin Valley, Wamford, Grudhog, other places in the D&D world. This one is just blank. All right. So as far as prices go, I've seen online and I've heard from a couple friends, you can get these packages, virtually the same packages, for anywhere from $2.99 or even $2.49 I saw in one place online. And in store, I paid $3.99 a piece for these. Is it a good value? Well, we're going to figure that out here in a second. So anyway, so from the Pathfinder version, I got the female sorceress, elf female sorceress, and half-orc female barbarian. Excuse me. Now, the half-orc female is pretty cool to me, because this top one, I know you can't really tell in this video, and I'm sure you'll go to the Piazo website to check these out. She looks like the female orc from the Warcraft movie. I can't remember her name. It's not Gamora, Gamoran. I'm sorry, I just can't remember off the top of my head. She's very reminiscent of that. On the bottom one, it's a rather menacing female. It looks almost as if you probably want to paint her with a skull war face on rather than just straight skin. But we'll get into that in just a second. So let's go ahead and open them up. Also, I got from the D&D side, they're goblins. Now, I really wanted the Piazo Pathfinder goblins so I could compare them directly to the Reaper Bones miniatures versions. Which also kind of leads to the question, is Reaper going to keep carrying the Pathfinder miniature line now that Piazo is actually putting them out in miniature format? But unfortunately, my game store didn't have that. So we're going to go with the D&D ones, which will work fine for my D&D campaign. This is because I have lots and lots of tribes of different types of goblins. So first, let's go ahead and open this up. And then we're going to do a comparison of the of the Bones figures. And what I have here, this is Ingrid. She's going to be my substitute for Red Sonja, my proxy, if you will. So we'll put her to the side. We'll open her up in a second. And Ingrid was like $2.49. Okay, just to give you a price thing. So let's open this up right now. Female elf sorceress. So packaging is sturdy. I'll give it that. Alright, well that's no use anymore. Alright, so they come with a base for each. Nothing special, nothing spectacular. I do like, however, how thin they are. I'm not sure what this measurement is. I believe this is like a 20mm base. But I do like how thin they are, because it gives you a lower profile on the gaming table itself. So we'll take out the top sorceress. Now right away, she definitely feels very more solid than the Reaper Bones minis, to be honest with you. There's nothing really flappy here. arm move gives a little bit because of what it's molded out of. Hell, even the hair is pretty solid. All I can move is the tail. Something that's really nice that I like, it does have these clear parts, and quite a few of these minis do have the clear parts, which is really cool. The prime looks like it's everywhere. Now, the amount of detail is pretty good. I'm gonna say it's better than the Bones line, but as you can see right here in the face, I'm gonna try to bring it up just a little bit more to the camera. Hopefully, it's focused. No, it's not going to focus quite right. But the face does lose a little bit definition right here. The ear kind of just folds right into the face. And I'm not too thrilled with that. Let me try this. Whoa, kind of bright. Maybe that will help. Not really. Sorry, guys. I don't have any fancy equipment or anything like that. No, it's not trying to focus. Anyway, so yeah, right away, yeah, I'm digging this. This is a lot thicker. Let's go ahead and get the other one out. And it's really cool that they give you two figures of the same type, excuse me, in the same class, because you could effectively put them in different poses. You know what, let's do this test real quick. Yeah, you might need the base for her, because her base is kind of messed up. Anyway, she also has two clear globes. I guess you could say she's casting Fireball. The differences on this one, let's see. Ears are more pronounced, very elven-like. More so than this one, to be honest with you. But the details are there. It's very nice. Mold line right here. I'm not sure if the camera's picking that up. Yeah, you've got the mold line right there. It's kind of negligible. Not a big deal unless you're trying to go into competition. Also right here on the leg, see there's a little gap there. Not a big deal, I don't think. But yeah, so we'll put these right back here. Now let's open up Ingrid real quick. Now you can definitely feel the difference between the material these are made out of. And also you see, we all know that about Bones figures. But you know, for the price, it's not a bad thing. All you got to do is heat it up, put it in some ice cold water, boom, it seals it up and it'll be nice and straight. Again, let's see if my camera will focus. Probably won't. But I can tell you the definition between the Piazo face and the Bones face, there's a huge difference. There is more detail on this figure than on this figure. So that works for me. So yeah, so let's do one more thing real quick. If you can bear with me, I'm going to pause the video for just a moment. I'm going to shake up a paint bottle and go to paint. Just the face, just a little bit. And then I can clean it off later to fix it. Just hold on 1 second. Let's try this out. Alright, so I went ahead and poured just a drop of paint. I'm going to be using Vallejo Game Color Pale Flesh on both of these. This is not going to be a professional paint job at all in the least. This is just to show you something. So I've got my paint on. And we're going to start with the female sorceress. We'll start on her leg real quick. And the paint is going on actually really smooth. The primer has worked that they provided with. I'm not getting any runs, anything like that. And again, this is just to demonstrate real quick. It's not to be professional or anything like that. This is not going to be a major display piece. I'm just going to use it on the gaming table. So yeah, there's the paint on there. Now, whoops. There she goes. Maybe not. Okay, she won't. Now we'll go with Ingrid. Now, if you're new to minis and you want to get in pretty cheap, Bones are not a bad way to start your collection, to be honest. And I have not fixed any mold lines or anything like this. Again, this is probably just going to be a table piece. So with the bones, not sure if the camera's picking it up, but the paint is spreading like crazy. Let's see if I could try. There's a mold line there, obviously. That should be fixed. I'm having to go over the part several times in order to get the coverage that I'm wanting, which is rather annoying. This is why I have to prime my Bones minis. And I do prime them with, not surprising, Vallejo Surface Primer, because it seems to work very well. So we'll just put this down. Now you have that leg compared to that leg. And in all honesty, the coverage on the pre-primed by Piazo is a lot better. You can clearly see it. Only had to do like 1 or 2 strokes. This one, I had to do a couple before it got on there. Now, normally the Vallejo paint's just kind of beat up on a Bones Mini. In this case, it did not on this one, so maybe there's something that's changed in the Reaper process. I'm not sure. So yeah, you be the judge. But I'm really liking these new Piazo Unpainted minis. HD minis, whatever you want to call them. So yeah, you be the judge. They're pretty cool. I like them. Detail's pretty decent on them. You know, let's go ahead. Open up the orcs real quick. Oh, there we go. Maybe you could get a better sense of what's on that map. Oh, hey, this could also be a little adventure hook for you. Toss this to the side. Okay, so the orcs. I like these orcs. Now, I like my Games Workshop orcs too. Don't get me wrong. They'll always be my favorite thus far. Not too fond of the face on this one. That's just a personal preference. This one gives me a very World of Warcraft look, I think. Let's take him out, because he's going to get painted like a World of Warcraft orc. Not green, but he's going to be pink. So let's see the weapon. Oh yeah, it's got that flimsiness. Not as bad as the Reaper Bones. But it does have that flimsiness. But I don't think I'm going to have to do the dip. Heat it up and then cool it off. The armor, and I'm sure my camera's not picking this up. His armor plates right here, his forearm, has a lot of scratches on it. This one does also. Let's see. His axe does as well. Damaging. The only thing I'm noticing that's kind of odd. His mouth has a hole right there, which is kind of weird. There's also some holes underneath here. I'm not sure my camera can pick it up. I think you can. Right there, right above the stomach piece, the ab plate. There's a hole there. Didn't notice that in the shop. Oh, there's a hole even here on his thumb. It's really small. I can see them. Let me check out. And there's another one right over here. On this hand. Looks like a black spot on the screen, but it's actually a small little hole. Maybe it's an air hole. You know, an air bubble that popped. It's not a shadow. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out the other orc. That's kind of disconcerting. So this other orc, same thing, battle damage on the axe. Detail looks good. The face actually looks better. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a scar or something, or maybe just something from the mold. I don't know. There's a mold line right there. And right here. Looks like a little black speck. That's another hole. 2 small holes. So I'm thinking there were air bubbles in the mixture whenever they casted these. That's probably the most logical explanation. Unless a whole bunch of them have them in the same exact spot, then it's a mold issue. But otherwise, yeah, and there's another one right back here on the bottom piece of the chainmail. Got to do a little bit of cleanup here. Okay, so it looks like what I thought on the shoulders, those are actually cuts. He's been hurt in battle. This is battle damage. This is not armor. This is bare raw arms. So that's a nice little touch. I like that. The skulls, skulls and miniatures are hit or miss sometimes. These look pretty good. They look decent. Might spend some time on painting those up. This one looks like it might have either a patch of flesh still stuck on it or an eye patch. I'm not sure. Yeah, overall, I am really liking these figures. Now, as you can see, you would think orcs would be bigger. They're not. I don't know why. I think they should be bigger, but for the price, you can't beat it. All right, now this one is dried a little bit. And yeah, that paint went really well on there because it is pre-primed. I wish my camera would focus. Hey, anybody want to help start up a fund to get me a better camera, better software or anything? Please, feel free. Let me know. So yeah, that's what we have. Overall thoughts. I think I'm gonna really like these Piazo HD minis. To be honest with you, I recommend them. I'm going to start painting them up tonight. And hopefully I'll have some done. I'll most likely start with the Sorceress. This Sorceress right here. And I'll paint Ingrid compared to her. But yeah, definitely pick them up if you have a chance. If you like fantasy miniatures, this is probably a good way to go. Like I said, the introductory price is not bad. It's $3.99 is what I paid for it in store. You got 2 figures. Some of them come with 3. As you can see, the Goblins come with 3 because they are smaller. They can get away with that. I believe the Reaper version of the Goblins, the Pathfinder Goblins anyway, comes with 4, but they're $4.99. So it's like $1 extra for it. Yeah, hopefully I can get these done. I'll probably might do a part 2. Who knows? Anyway, thanks for taking a look, guys. Hope this was informative. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts, your experiences with these HD minis, if you have them, or if you're even looking forward to them. Or perhaps you've compared them to your Reaper Bones miniatures. I don't know. Let me know. Always enjoy the comments, like interacting with y'all. And hey, don't forget, Elf Bait by my buddy Eli. He talks about D&D stuff just like I do, except he's smarter about it than I am. I'm not afraid to admit it. All right, everybody. Have a good weekend, and hopefully I'll have another video for you later. Take it easy.